Hello to my Geminis. All right, Geminis, this is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with your general reading. Hopefully you all are having a really good weekend as we get closer and closer to this new moon in Cancer. Actually, we're in the new moon phase. We're in a new moon phase. You all rule third house. This is a general reading, so take only what resonates with you. Let's get into it. Geminis. So hopefully this week you're going to relax and let your downloads come in. All the answers I need are inside of me. Okay, let's get into it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. All of the answers I need are inside of me. All of the answers that I need are inside of me. Let's go. Okay. So new moon in Cancer. So Cancer is ruled by the moon. So during any moon in Cancer, that's a time to create. Whatever it is you're trying to create. But you want to keep it high vibration, right? So let me help you out with something. So you can land on the light side of the moon in Cancer where you become more imaginative, sympathetic, protective, tenacious, loyal, or the dark side of the moon in Cancer, which is possessive, moody, critical, self-pitying, or a nag. So that's just kind of overall, light, dark side moon of Cancer. Because Cancer is ruled by the moon. And it's the mother and money sign of the zodiac. Not just paper and coins money, but just sort of in terms of worth, value, knowing your own worth. Because the moon is really about really just kind of about like your safety, like where you feel safe. Where you feel protected, your instinct of just kind of sort of knowing what circles you feel safe around, like when to leave, like a person who feels like, okay, well, it's getting dark outside, I need to leave, right? Or I got a feeling that, okay, it's time to get up from the table, I feel like I've overeaten something, okay? I feel like it's not safe for me to keep eating something, okay? I'm getting ready to go over my goal, something that I set for myself, or whatever it is. Something doesn't feel safe, right? Right, for you physically. Like when people do emotional eating, right? Something like that, right? Or a conversation doesn't feel safe, right? Maybe you've overdone something, right? Something doesn't feel safe. Just kind of like knowing your intuition is telling you, right, that you've spilled out. Cancer is ruled by the moon. Water has an affinity with water. All right. Emotions, right? So all the answers that you need are inside of you. Here we have the Five of Swords here. So what you have in common, here we have the what you have in common, may possibly with other air signs here, just in general, is when you sort of start at midpoint, maybe people kind of being confused. Like when you start at midpoint, like people could think that you're playing mind games and try to use your words against you, right? But all the answers are inside of you, right? So if people were to ask you to kind of sort of start at the beginning of something, you could probably start at the beginning of something. You'll know when people are playing mind games with you when you ask them, can you start at the beginning of something? Like if somebody comes in and starts asking you a question, just starts talking off the top of their head. You're like, well, wait a minute, hold on, give me a minute, let me think. Like, hold on, let me think. You start at the beginning. If they don't have a problem, start at the beginning. Yeah, sure. So here's the King of Wands here. All the answers are outside of you. Somebody thinks that you're playing mind games about something, right? Because you're an open book. And it gives people a lot of ideas, right? Again, take only what resonates with you. I'm channeling energy, so So I'm picking up on whoever's energy here, whoever you are. Y'all see how many subscribers I have, which is a lot. So I'm picking up on a lot of energy here. So someone has a very youthful spirit, and page energy is messenger energy. So right now, Mercury, which is the messenger planet, it's the communication messenger planet, but it's also a knowledge and learning planet. So you being an open book, whoever you are, could be several people. Gives people kind of like a lot of information, right? A lot of messages, sends like a lot of messages, a lot of ideas about a lot of things. So people have a lot of ideas about you, right? So some people, whether it's friends or family or something, so it's just saying people have some ideas about something. I don't know what ideas they may have, but, you know, maybe wanting to, I feel like somebody has your back, but it's like you and some other people have something in common. Like people have their back, somebody has your back, whatever it is. Here we have the Knight of Swords here. So this is a matter of perspective. So you're a quick thinking energy, but somebody thinks that you're running from something, like you're running from talking about something, like answering something. I don't know. You all would have to pray about that. And the reason I say that because we have 4 planets that are currently retrograde. You know what this? You know what this kind of actually? This actually kind of gives me the impression, whoever you are, it kind of gives me the impression that somebody is making something all about them, right? Whoever this is, somebody is making something all about them because whenever we start at the Five of Swords is almost like somebody gets the impression that you think they know what you're talking about, and you may and all. I think this is what a lot of people have in common. A lot of times when your life is just lifing, you're just kind of, you know, you probably don't even remember what somebody's even talking about. It's like somebody just started talking about something, and you're just like, what? Okay, can you start at the beginning and person say, you know what I'm talking about? Because that's what Five of Swords is. Like somebody's basically like winning at all costs. It's almost like somebody like forcing you to remember something that you don't remember. And you're asking somebody to jog your memory. Like, you're almost asking a person for help. Like, can you help me remember something? Well, you know what I'm talking about. You know. Like, well, actually, I don't. So here we have the Ace of Cups here. So you could have, looking at your cards here, I'm seeing you have new love coming across your path. And so something new is being created here. Something new is being created. Yeah, something new is being created here. Yeah. Nine of Cups here. Because I feel like for you, it's going to be wish fulfillment. Something could be a wish fulfillment because but you could feel like somebody is either talking about somebody behind their back. Here we have the Five of Wands here. And like somebody could be like baiting someone into something, or you could be like somebody's like having conversations around someone. This is the Five of Wands here. Something feels in this whatever this is. Usually with the Five of Wands, and not on this particular deck here. There's a Knight of Pentacles here. It looks like someone is working on themselves. Looks like somebody could be trying to work on themselves. It looks like somebody could be working on themselves. You know, to try to end something. Whenever I see the Five of Swords and the Five of Wands here, it looks like something could have been yeah, somebody is trying to end a High Priestess. Yeah, somebody's trying to end a High Priestess and trying to put an end to someone's financial independence, right? Trying to put an end to someone's work. Right, here we have, and so here we have the Four of Pentacles here. Almost like, you know, and trying to be more conservative with their time. You're trying to be more conservative with your time. So it looks like you're on a rebirth. Looks like you're you're on a rebirth of, this is what you have in common with someone, right? So what you have in common with someone is that somebody could be saying that you're trying to win something at all costs. Somebody could be saying you're trying to win something at all costs. This is what you and someone have in common, is that someone's saying you are a bully, you trying to win at all costs, that you're sending out a message that you're an open book. Like you and someone have something in common, right? That you're running from something. Like it's a competition or something going on. This whole reading just looks like drama. I don't know who this is. I'm trying to put an end to something. It's like a group of people who are sitting around talking here, feeling like they hit the jackpot. Right? And so money is involved in something, in a family. Yeah, here's the Seven of Pentacles here. There's somebody trying to grow their money, right? And somebody trying to bring judgment down on, somebody's obsessed with bringing judgment down on a High Priestess. That's what it is. Somebody's obsessed with bringing a judgment down on a High Priestess. Right? Here's the King of Pentacles here. And somebody feels like they have enough information. Somebody feels like they have enough information to bring judgment down on someone. Who feels like somebody ran away from something. Here's the Temperance card here. And here's the Strength card here. So somebody feels like somebody could be possibly in survival mode. I feel like somebody could be in survival mode. Like a survival mode. So again, all the answers that you need are inside of you, right? Yeah. Alrighty. That is what I'm seeing for someone. So let's see what else we got going on here. So yeah, so somebody could have been baited into something. Right? So somebody could feel like they, here we have, somebody has a moon in Leo. So I don't know if it's you that has a moon in Leo, but here we have Queen of Miracles here. Right? Yeah, so somebody feels like somebody has someone's back with something. Right? So again, somebody feels like they have hit the jackpot. So somebody feels like they want to put an end to you. I don't know who this is, Gemini, but whoever you are, or third house. To find out who you're, so third house is like sibling relationships. It is communication and language. It's short journeys in local environments. Also early education, that kind of thing, right? So it looks like a lot of time and money has been put into something, right? And, you know, kind of like people kind of sitting around the table, possibly talking about something, so something was created to put an end to something. How to put an end to something? Somebody basically saying somebody's wearing a mask. Yeah, basically somebody's saying somebody's wearing a mask. You know, somebody saying you wearing a mask or somebody else wearing a mask. You had the 8 of Cups. But somebody could be feeling like they were just walking away in total disillusionment. Here we have the Knight of Cups here. Looks like somebody could have been in a something looks like something is closed out, but it looks like somebody was in a very poisonous environment. Somebody could have been in a poisonous environment. Poisonous environment could be anything. Could have been, I mean, anything. Yeah, somebody could have been in a poisonous environment. Well, I don't know what poisonous environment means. Yeah, here we have the King of Cups here. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like something is closed out because somebody's kind of walking away in total disillusionment here, and somebody feels like they have enough information about something where somebody's words were being used against them, and people were getting, either somebody was getting the wrong idea about you and thinking that you were running away from something when really you were just trying to stay focused. This is what I'm seeing here, because it's almost like somebody was trying to put I feel like somebody was trying to put an end to you, like trying to bring judgment down on you or something, like trying to create something that wasn't there. So this Page of Swords here, it could be you reading a book, actually. Yeah, this could be you actually reading a book. This could be you reading a book. So here's the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, so all the answers that you need are inside of you. So let me slow down for just a second here. Okay, this is what I talk about a lot in my readings, right? So, and this is how powerful media is. I'm going to just slow down for a second. This is how powerful media is. So, okay, you know, when readers, just in general, I'm going to speak for myself. So when I start readings and I say, okay, take what resonates with you, because I'm channeling messages, right? So as I'm channeling messages and I'm channeling energy, and I'm reading the cards and I'm laying the cards out, and so you have some people that read cards in a traditional sense, right? They may say, okay, I'm going to do a 3-card spread, 6-card spread, Celtic spread, whatever kind of spread, right? So traditionally, I'll pray over the energy before I turn the camera on. So I'm clearing the space before I turn the camera on. And so it's laying out a message for me. Some people will ask questions while they're reading the cards. So I'm like sometimes silently in my mind asking questions and then just lay it out. So looking at your cards here, what I'm picking up on is what a lot of thinkers do. You're an air sign, right? So 5 of Swords, this makes sense. Okay, so 5 of Swords here. People catch you off guard because your mind is thinking. Like your mind, somebody's always just thinking, right? So people catch you off guard, like in mid-thought. You could be in your office thinking about something. You could be standing at the kitchen sink, think whatever, walking down the street just thinking, right? So somebody catching you off guard and they just start talking about something and you're just like, well, hold on, wait a minute, what? Catch you off guard, right? You literally could be thinking about a book you read, right? And you could be talking about, this is, again, the power of media. When people are watching stuff on social media, like for instance, what was it? Whenever there are these sensationalized stories on social media. Well, we got social media now, but back in the day on the news, when these big news stories, and I won't mention any of them because I don't want to trigger anybody, but whatever, y'all know the big stories, the big ones, the ones that everybody talks about. You unless you're living under a rock, you literally, even if you didn't have a television, you'd hear about it some kind of way. You'd hear about it. It's triggering everybody. Because you feel like, okay, everybody is connected in some way, shape, or fashion, right? That's what I'm picking up on, because the 5 of Swords here, somebody thought that you were playing some kind of mind games, and something that you must have been talking about with all this water right here was very reflective of something, that it was connecting people with something. And people invested a lot of time into something, and this is what a lot of people have in common. They thought you were masking something. Somebody thought you were masking something, and people put a lot of time and energy into it. You may not have known, though, right? Matter of fact, see this death card right here. You may have been completely oblivious to something. I mean, completely. Whoever you are, whatever your third house or wherever Gemini is in your birth chart, you could have been completely oblivious to it. But you could have been having downloads through your dreams. This is High Priestess energy of like your dark nights. This right here, the dark side of things, and then the light side of things, right? While you sitting here having dreams, people trying to bring judgment down on you without you even knowing. All of this time and energy being invested in something. People trying to bring judgment down on you, and you having dreams about books that you read. You know, like my previous setup, I would have books on the table. I would have all these books on the table, right? So, like for instance, when the Tower card comes out, not to mention the book by Arnold Schwarzenegger and say, okay, this Total Recall. When the Tower card. So right now, 2 planets are retrograde in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the Tower card. Everybody is having some kind of a total recall about generational cycles, chains, and curses. Total recall is not just it's not a partial recall. It's a total recall of what you can handle in your mind. So that means anything can trigger a total recall. Literally anything. So while you could be reading books or seeing stuff on social media, literally anything. A complete stranger's story. You may not even know that person, but because they're in human form, you can connect in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Your heart is connected. This is heart chakra, air. You're hearing about it, reading about it, talking about it. Some way your heart is connected to another human being. It would not matter if they you didn't know them, wasn't related to them, they weren't the same color, race, ethnicity, nationality. It wouldn't even matter. You never met them in your life. They could be out of a total different tax bracket. It wouldn't matter. Just the fact that they're another human being, something in your spirit lit up for them. Something, it was enlightened. Something about their life. You became enlightened about something about their life. Something about something was reflected. Some kind of something about their life. Something was reflected of yours. But anyway, all the answers that you need are inside of you. All the answers that you need are inside of you. So confidence is your key to success. Yeah, let me see something. Okay, yeah. So yeah, it looks like there is it looks like there's somebody who is trying to use your words against you. Someone is trying to bully you. That's what it looks like here. Someone is trying to bully you. Someone does not want something to end. Something having to do with some money. Somebody really wants you to work for them. Something having to do, whoever you are, somebody wants you, something in terms of like, who is this? Okay. Somebody is lying on you behind your back. Yeah, I mean, there's no other way to say this. Somebody's lying on you behind your back. Somebody's saying that you work for them. Somebody's saying that you work for them. There's a family that says that they pay you for something. They pay you. They pay you for something. So somebody misses you. They miss you. Who is this they? Who is it? Crown chakra cleanse. Yeah, somebody said they pay you for something. Here was the angel, the healer and protector of travelers. Here we have tossed something into a burning bowl. I don't know what this means, but anyway, much better lies ahead. But healed people just move differently. So, yeah. Anyway, stay focused. Let me see, what's the outcome of this? What is this? Yeah, something is over. Yeah, you have the gift of clear cognizance. Something is over. Some energies are trying to end you, but here we have the sacral chakra cleanse. Yeah. Check your request list again. Somebody's in a crisis. So it's time to start dating again. You're the one who they prayed for. You are who they prayed for, but follow your heart. Listen to your inner voice. Somebody never stopped loving you. I don't know whoever this is, but anyway, take your time to decide. Somebody apologizes for hurting you. Love yourself more. Up on yourself more. The spy is now turned on. But yeah, but keep that in mind. Like, a lot of time when people are just sitting in front of the television all day, excuse me, sitting in front of the TV all day, or sitting on social media all day and watching these, whatever, somebody else's life. You don't even know these people, these celebrities and their stories and all of that. You have to know how to cleanse your energy. Even if you're reading a book, or audio book, or reading one, whatever, you gotta know how to cleanse your energy, because they can catch you off guard, right? So here we have look for fairies here. Yeah, even if you're reading a fairy tale, about something, just kind of like as a form of escapism, like, okay, escaping reality, like, oh, okay, this would seem like it would be nice, just kind of like escaping reality for a minute. Here we have divine source. Help me to know that all of my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan, that the right actions will come. You are my source for all, right? Yeah. But yeah. Yeah, because there's a big story that came out last year that's still kind of ongoing, kind of sort of, it's kind of like at the tail end of some things. But people are starting to see, like, people were judging a whole bunch of people around a whole bunch of different things around a story. And people were, like, judging people, like how people didn't know, how come their families didn't know this and didn't know that. People just steadily judging people. And people are still judging people, on that. But until you're in a situation, you really wouldn't know. Like, you really just don't know all the moving parts to what, like, where people were generationally, this kind of thing. Here's a judgment card, which is Pluto, the outermost planet, right? Pluto is currently in Aquarius right now, and that's retrograde. Saturn and Neptune are retrograde in Aries. Mercury is retrograde in Leo right now, and then Chiron goes retrograde at the end of July in Aries. So that's going to be 3 planets that's retrograde in Aries. Aries is ruled by Mars, which is the Tower card. So it's a lot going on in July. So that's a lot. So 22, I am aligned. So you are in possession of incredible creative powers. It is assured that you can achieve anything that you wish. So use this time, this downtime during these, because something is over. Something is over. People were trying to use your words against you, but stay focused. People were trying to say you're running away from something. But this is what you had in common with, this is what you had in common with maybe several people actually. That once something was over, you may have decided, hey, you're going to start reading some books, you're going to start, watching some things, like maybe just as a form of just kind of like, okay, escapism, maybe watching some movies, just kind of like your downtime, reading books. Y'all saw all the books and stuff that I would have in the previous setup there. And I read a lot of books. Still read a lot of books. But yeah, protect your energy. 555, I am optimistic. A major shift is about to come into your life experience and change your path's direction, so be open and stay positive. Yeah, be open and stay positive. Yeah. Yeah, as you all are, like I said, moving into another phase, rise above the judgment of people judging you by your spiritual gifts. Yeah, because it seemed like some people were making your gifts about them, like it was a competition. Yeah, some people from your past was making your gifts about them, like it was like you were in a competition. You wouldn't even know what they were talking about. You wouldn't have had a clue as to what they were talking about. Excuse me, y'all. I was sitting here eating cookies. Oh my goodness, eating these cookies and choking over cookies. Anyway, so here we have Queen of Abundance. Yeah, you wouldn't even know what people were talking about. They had to come up to you talking about some stuff. You wouldn't have had a clue as to what they were talking about. You were sitting there reading books. Ciao. Especially if you were watching my channel and I had all these books on my table. Whoever you were, if you was watching my channel and I had all these books on my table, and I'm saying, look, get this book here every week. Well, I have 4 videos every week. If you were watching the books, if you were reading the books or half of the books on the table that I had on the table, child, you wouldn't know what people were talking about. Anyway, worth. You have been worthy to belong to love all along without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Yeah. Yeah, so. Yeah. People just be looking for a reason to, compete, compare, all of this. I mean, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, it looks like people had all kinds of ideas about you. People don't even know you. So keep your vibrations high. Keep your vibrations high. Anybody that's connected to anybody from your past, that anybody that you know that has some people from your, that's connected in any way, shape, form, or fashion to people from your past that you do not talk to anymore for whatever reason. that play these mind games. As far as you're concerned, they right with the people that you don't talk to anymore. If they are willing to have the wrong idea about you, they're part of your past. Yeah, because it looks like you're too much of an open book. You're too much of an open book, and you're trying to stay focused. You don't have time for the mind games. You don't have time for people to be sitting up there talking in code. If they can't just come straight out, they talking in code. You don't have time for that. So, yeah. People trying to use stuff against you. Like, what? So let's see what else we got. Yeah, somebody has a moon in Leo. I don't know who that is. You could have a moon in Leo. I don't know. But anyway, so let's see what we got going on here. You have a lot of your wishes being fulfilled. Like, so whatever your wishes, if somebody wants love, you got a wish fulfillment in love. You have, friends. Somebody's on the rebirth side of something here. You're on the rebirth side of something here. Looks like somebody has possibly a job coming your way. Looks like here, I see you being more conservative with your time here. Somebody could have plants or something. Like, I don't know if you like growing plants or whatever. I like plants myself, like dandelions and stuff like that. Different types of plants. Rosemary plants. So, like if you like growing tomatoes, like you like your own garden or whatever. So maybe that's something that you start taking up, like growing your own plants or your own garden or whatever. Those things can be pretty relaxing if you want to start doing that. Learning more about that, kind of sort of filling your mind up with that. That can be relaxing if you want to start, because that can sort of take your mind off of, if you're reading some things that could be kind of sort of, triggering, especially if you, kind of a person who's an open book. If you're kind of a person, especially so it doesn't take your mind back to anything that was painful. Especially if you kind of have a kind of a platform where people could be watching you. Because it seems like some people are obsessed with you, whoever you are. You don't even have to be a Gemini, whatever your zodiac sign is. If you're a cross watcher, you got some people who are obsessed with you from your past. They are upset. That's what the Judgment card is. What's hidden in the Judgment card is obsession. Obsessed with competing with you. So no matter what you say, they're going to make it about them. No matter what you say. So, that's what I'm seeing here. So protect your energy. So I'm not telling anybody what to say. Y'all know I have no control over what y'all say on my channel. Y'all say what y'all want to say. That's your mouth. It's your mouth and your brain. Say what you want to say. I can't control that. I'm just telling you. I'm just, letting somebody know. That's what the Judgment card means. You're trying to rise above anybody who is anyone from your past. You're trying to rise above judgment of anything. But so this could be loved ones, because heart. So you're making a connection of like who's connected to whom, and so it's a small world. So anything you say, certain energies are trying to use any little thing against you to say, oh, well, I know this person, whatever. So, in other words, if you're not talking to them directly, like y'all not calling each other on the phone, where they can call you and say, hey, I'm supporting you and so and so and so and so. Like they know for certain, like they're supporting you, like in a way that they know you're not talking about them for certain. It's a positive, high vibration. They know for certain you're not being shady. They know it's not your heart toward. Listen, y'all get the point. You get the point. Yeah. Ten of Swords. You survived all of this. You thriving. So y'all get the point. This is what a lot of people have in common. Yeah, that's what a lot of people have in common. So yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Looks like there was Looks like the two energies, two moons and Leos are trying to cause somebody a nightmare. talking about you behind your back, trying to call you a little nightmare. Basically saying that you were a nightmare to them and trying to cause you a nightmare. So I don't know who these people are. I really don't. So, but you were in hermit mode. I don't even think you had a clue as to what was going on. So, but somebody else was being called a nightmare. Here's a chariot card. Yeah. Anyway, I'm saying 9 of coins here. I'm saying 9 of pentacles for you and somebody. So that's what I'm saying for you. Yeah, so eye opening. So one technique for opening your third eye chakra is closing your regular eyes, right? So third eye is brow chakra, right? And so closing your regular eyes and visualizing the infinity symbol between your eyebrows. So visualize it burning with indigo light while you breathe deeply. So once you have it firmly in your closed eyesight, incant the sound Om, for the entire length of exhalation. See how long you can extend it. See how far into inner space you can see. Anything cool in there, like limitless peace or expansive personal potential. Asking for a friend, right? Asking for a friend. Anyway, but that is what I have for you. Yeah, that's what I have for you. So yeah, whoever these energies are, listen, let me tell you, if you're not talking to whoever the energies are on a regular basis, and people are just making up stuff, you probably don't even know these energies. Like I said, if you have any kind of a platform or anything, you probably don't even know these energies are watching you. And if you got loved ones who, and remember, time is relative. So, yeah. If somebody's not telling you, did somebody approach them and said something or whatever? Who knows? Child, who knows? Anyway, that's what I have for you. Let me see if we have a number here. Let's see if we have a number here. Oh, no, we had 22 here. No, we had 22 and 555, yeah. Yeah, you got a lot of good news coming your way. A lot of good news, a lot of good opportunities coming your way. We have 555. All right. So I don't know who hurt you. This is somebody apologized for hurting you, but somebody's in a crisis. I don't even know what. So anyway, y'all saw the reading. You're checking your request list again. I assume that your request list would be about your wishes being fulfilled about something. So I guess. Yeah. But a lot of it, like I said before, all of this stuff on social media, all this right here, all of this, somebody spends a lot of time. This right here, time is money. Somebody spends a lot of time watching something, because that's what this right here, this is water. Somebody spends a lot of time watching something, and it shows. It's reflective of something, right? Yeah. So Queen of Success. Yeah. All right. That is what I see for you in your reading, and I will see you all in your. That's what I see for you. All right. Bye.